amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of KAILASA serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus.
Nithyanandam Paramasukhalam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasrisham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvati Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunaраhitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyananda, all of you. So what a beautiful darshan today, especially as the Navaratri celebration is going on. We had the Navaratri Darbar and Swamiji came live for the darshan. Darshan is always, and Swamiji has, as Navaratri is going on, Swamiji has given the boon to everyone on this Navaratri. So it's a huge celebration for all of us, being connected to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Avatar himself, on this Navaratri. So with this, we'll be now entering into the power manifestation. So we have, we'll be manifesting the power of third eye. So requesting all of you to get ready with the blindfold. You can cover your eyes with a blindfold. If you don't have a blindfold, you can use a piece of cloth to cover your eyes. Manifesting the powers of third eye. Swamiji mentions that there are more than 460 powers that Paramashiva reveals in Agamas. And all the powers starts manifesting from the oneness. So let's get ready. We'll be entering into manifesting the power of third eye, seeing picture blindfolded. So with Acharyas, we'll be projecting you an image on your screen. And through the power of third eye, see every single detail of the image that we will be projecting on your screen. So let's get ready.
So we request all the participants, put on your blindfolds. If you don't have the blindfold, you can put a cloth, or at the last moment, if you're not able to get it, just close your eyes and be ready. Now start centering yourself in the Anand Gandha region, that is below the heart center and above the navel center. Invoke the presence, the divine presence of Swamiji in your Anand Gandha region. Visualize the most dearest form of Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, that is dearest to you, that is etched into your very being. Invoke Swamiji's divine presence and understand your ultimate is Swamiji. Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Paramashiva, is your ultimate. So it's time for everyone to manifest your ultimate. Drop all your past failures. You might have had success in life, you might have had failures in life, but you are not a failure. You are Paramashiva, you are a possibility. Now, start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Paramashivoham.
Keep your eyes closed. Now we are going to project the image. The image is projected. Now look through your third eye and see through your third eye. Let's start.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham 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 Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham
Now, please relax. Open your eye bands and very slowly open your eyes. You can open your eye bands. And please start sharing what was revealed by Paramashiva through your third eye. So we spent a good 5 to 10 minutes in this power manifestation. So I'm very sure all of us would have seen different aspects. Paramashiva would have revealed many things. So do not worry about being right or trying to figure out which is the answer. Whatever Paramashiva revealed, share it as it is. Because Paramashiva will be revealing the answer, what needs to be revealed in various layers. Those layers could be in different time. You might be seeing the same geography, but in a different time period.
Yes, and in various ways it gets revealed to you. So anything, even it is associated with the image, that is also a manifestation. So we have Ma Nitya Premadavati who shares Meenakshi deity, star, sky, temple. Yes, thank you, Ma, for sharing. So do not hesitate to share whatever was revealed to you. Even if you saw nothing, just simply dark, you can share that as well.
Prema Tavasi is adding river. Thank you for sharing. Ma.
Understanding that again and again, how you mentioned that sit to manifest the powers, awakening the third eye. So bring back yourself again and again into the space of manifesting the powers. All right. So if you're still sharing, please continue to do so. Meanwhile, let's reveal the image on your screen.
So you can see a beautiful white flower and of course the tree on which this flower is, and you can see a lot of greenery, little small wooden stem on which the flower is, and some leaves around it. The white petals are visible, and the yellow anther part is means in yellow in color. And little sky, you can see little bluish color just in the behind the flower, you can see. Nistra Gunya has also shared Swamiji reveals temple red and white and a fruit. So we can also see some of the leaves are little yellowish in color and slightly brown, reddish brown in color also on the right side, some of the leaves. Yes. So thank you for sharing, Ma. And as Ma Prema Tavasi is sharing, Meenakshi deity, stars, sky, temple, and river. So we have the sky visible in the background, and maybe this tree is nearby a temple or nearby a river that we might not be able to see in this frame.
That's very much possible. So even though only this much is captured, but third eye reveals much more beyond what is being projected. Yes, so this is the image that we have projected. So congratulate yourself for manifesting the powers of third eye. So with this, now let's move on with the next revelation by Swamiji, which is going to be a question and answer on the Muladhara Chakra. So Swamiji is going to answer so many questions which have been asked by the participants on the Muladhara Chakra. So let's come to the space of listening and
we'll start the next Muladhara Chakra, the root center. This is the energy of pure greed. I can say pure expression. This is the chakra from which the opening starts happening. See, when you wake up from the dream, when the energy gets centered in Muladhara Chakra. Whenever the energy gets centered in Muladhara Chakra, you wake up. If all your energy gets centered, see, one or two thoughts, if it turns and touches the Muladhara, you wake up from ordinary dream. Your whole awareness, if it turns and touches the Muladhara, you wake up from this dream. You can see that is why whenever you have a very fantasy dream, you will wake up. You think, oh God, such a wonderful dream. Any fantasy dream, you will just wake up because the energy has turned and touched the Muladhara Chakra. Same way, you can see in your life, whenever you feel, oh God, this is an ecstasy, too much, something amazing. Those moments you will see, you will have a clarity, it is not going to be permanent. It is not that only that moment, you are realizing for those few moments, everything is dream. How many of you in the peak ecstasy felt that this is not going to last long? Understand? This is the truth. Whenever your awareness, your energy turns and touches the Muladhara, you will have the experience, whatever you are in is a dream. Whatever you are in is a dream. Master is the ultimate fantasy. All your fantasy, the fulfillment of all your fantasy is a master. Or he is the ultimate nightmare. I can describe in both ways. Whether as a nightmare or as a fantasy, he will wake you up. If you feel I am a fantasy, the path for you is a devotion. Through devotion, you will be liberated. If you feel I am a nightmare, the path for you is a vairagya. Vairagya is the path. Vairagya means the non-attachment. Through that you will be liberated. This is the way you can choose whether to follow the path of devotion or to follow the path of the renunciation. you can choose. Understand, whether it is a deep greed or a deep fear, you will have the clarity that this is not true. You will be awakened. There is an automatic awakening system in you. Just like if the pain is too much, automatically you will fall into coma. You don't have to do anything. If the pain is unbearable, you will just fall into coma. The automatic system is there. Same way, if the suffering or if the conflict with you and what you have created, if it is too much, you will be awakened. This is the science of awakening. Whenever the conflict between you and what you have created is too much, you will be awakened. Whether it is through fantasy or through fear. Whether it is through greed or through fear. In the night, you can see in the dream, whether it is fantasy dream or a nightmare, you will wake up. When the conflict is too much, when the give and take is too much with you and what you expressed. In the nighttime dream is what is you have expressed. Whenever the conflict is too much, you will wake up. Same way, even in this world, whenever you think it is too much of ecstasy, it is too much, unimaginable, if the pure greed energy is expressing, suddenly you will have a glimpse, oh God, it's not going to stand. It's not going to last long. Not only that experience or that situation or that moment, you will see the whole thing with which you are having that fantasy feeling, the fantastic feeling is not going to stand. It's like a spider. How the spider expresses its own web from itself. It expresses its own web. Same way, this is the web created by you. It is from your very mind stuff. This web is created. When you have too much of fear or too much of greed, you break it. When you can't handle the conflict, when you can't handle the play anymore. See, you did this whole thing playfully. You ask, what is this, Swamiji? What are you talking? I am telling you the truth. How playfully you create a dream and enter into it. With that same playful mood only, you create this web, the cosmos, and relax into it. When it is too much, you are not able to handle this play anymore, you wake up. When we experience pure greed, you can wake up. See, in the last session, I tried to give you the glimpse of pure energy, pure fear. The pure fear. Same way, this session, this technique will give you the glimpse of pure greed by awakening the Muladhara Chakra. A different technique. This will give you the glimpse of pure greed. When the pure greed happens also, your consciousness level will raise. And you will start seeing it's all just layer. Please understand, again I am going back to the first chakra, Agnya Chakra. Seeing through the eyes. When the energy is more centered on the scene will overrule you. It will command you. When the energy is more on the seer can change the scene. When the energy is more on the object of the greed, that will disturb your life. When the energy is more on the pure greed energy, pure greed, you will wake up. You will not be touched anymore by it. So now, all we need to do is enter into the process of awakening the pure greed. Means Muladhara Chakra. Pure energy, lust energy of Muladhara Chakra. I wanted to make one more statement. There is a question from Guru Prem. Yesterday, I was just going through these questions. He says, yes, if the Vairagya is deep boredom, is Viagra the excitement? I want you to know, I just wanted to pass an idea. Actually, this is directly related to this Muladhara Chakra. You have certain amount of biomemory in you. Biomemory of lust, or fear, or greed, with which you made your body. See, when you make your body, 30% lust, 40% fear, and 20% worry. Something like this, you accumulate you make the karmas, and out of that, you make the body. So if your body is prepared with a particular amount of lust, that is your biomemory, prarabdha. We call it prarabdha. In English, I want to use the word biomemory. With that particular amount of lust, if you have made your body, that is your lust. How much your body expresses, acts for that biomemory is your lust. But through pornography or through some way, if you start comparing with somebody else's lust with you, you will always have a problem. I am not up to that mark, or I am little more than that. When you start comparing, you have corrupted the lust. And please understand, any medicine or external help you add to improve your lust action is going to dangerously disturb your consciousness. It is going to dangerously disturb your consciousness. Means you are adding agamya. Instead of relaxing or releasing your prarabdha, you see, you come down, you have 40% of lust engram, you think, let me finish it and get rid of it. That's the way you come down. And after coming down, when you add some medical help or any external help, naturally you are accumulating agamya with the greed, with the lust. Agamya accumulated in the lust will directly damage the body and consciousness. Please understand, directly it will damage. The karma, biomemory which you brought, live it. I'm not saying don't live it, live it. But anything added to it directly will disturb your consciousness. So, be very clear, and you don't have to compare your lust with somebody else's lust, your action with somebody else's action. It is purely your individual experience. There are some more questions on this subject. Lust and greed and the Muladhara Chakra. Somebody is asking, Guru Premuli is asking, is there an answer to chicken and the egg question? Understand, egg is first. Egg never came from chicken, it came from hen. I answered. If you have any question on Muladhara, you can write it and give now. I'll answer. I'll throw some more light on whatever concepts I've expressed. Then we'll go for meditation. Are greed and desire interchange? I'm not able to read the next line. Or interchangeable. See, I can say there is no difference between greed and desire. It's a different words, that's all. I can say pure greed and ordinary greed. Pure greed is the just overflowing energy. Ordinary greed is when it is associated with some object. All I am trying to do in these 2 days is trying to give you the deep ecstasy or the experience without objects, so that you are liberated from objects. I am not saying don't live with the objects. When you go back, you can live with the objects. You can live with things, but I have the freedom. See, having the freedom from objects and persons is the ultimate freedom. You should live it to understand. Should live it to understand. I feel so poor, so sympathy towards the people who are caught with the objects and persons. I feel, oh God, he's in mess. It's an amazing liberation. You should see how the life is. It's like if you are a billionaire and see a poor guy in a slum or in a small village, how you feel bad. Same way only I feel when I see people who are caught in the objects or with the persons or memories. Understand, sometimes you may not be directly caught with a particular person, but the memory. Only one person's memory liberates you. That's enlightened person's memory. The memory with the enlightened being, that only liberates you. That's what we call devotion. And any memory with anybody else is suffering. Could you please explain masculine and feminine energy and how it relates to people who are gay and lesbian? This is a very deep question. Understand, I'll explain the science of birth. Usually, in the cosmos, how the birth happens, if somebody has spent one life as a male birth, male body, they decide to take a female birth. I always saw more than 99%. It's always, if you are male this birth, you are surely female in the last birth. I don't know why, but that is the way. Maybe the suffering is too much. So they jump to the other gender. If they just jump to the other gender, but the taste for the other experience, for example, last Janma somebody was male, this Janma they take the female body, but the taste for the female body is too much in that person, he comes with the female body and the taste for the female body. He comes with a male body and the taste for the male body. That is where this problem starts. These gay and lesbian relationships are the gay and lesbian beings. Another one thing is there. In Tantra, we explain anybody who is growing has to go through different layers. Between 0 to 7, the child will be enjoying its own body. It will be just enjoying its own body. And between 7 and 14, the child will enjoy its gender's body. It will enjoy friendliness, understand? Not sex, not lust, friendliness. So the male child will enjoy the male body. The female child will enjoy the female body. Then after 14, the opposite gender, lust starts. First, enjoying its own presence, then enjoying the friendliness, then enjoying the physical sex. Body and mind, this is the way it gets matured. And according to Tantra, after 21, you are supposed to enjoy everything, what we call brahmacharya. See, 0 to 7, enjoying your own body. 7 to 14, enjoying the friendliness, the body of the same gender. 14 to 21, enjoying the opposite sex. After 21, enjoying the whole world. This is the way Tantra wants human beings to flower. Our Gurukuls were done for that only. By 21, you are in Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means enjoying everything. You just connect with the moon. You just connect with the sun. You just connect with the whole thing. And you are in ecstasy. Nothing else is required. You are in ecstasy with everything. This is the way the growth is supposed to happen. I can say, human beings who are not able to cross that 7 to 14, the mental age, they are also stuck in the gay space or lesbian space. Two kinds of people. People who are stuck between the 7 to 14, they can be healed, they can be helped, and they can be made to straight. But the people who came down with a different desire, they can't be healed. They have to live their freedom, or they have to live that kind of same lifestyle. No other way. Does enlightenment change the dynamic between husband and wife? No. It doesn't change the dynamic. I can say when you are enlightened, you only share that energy with the other person. Other person is elevated, just like Ramakrishna and Sharada Devi. One difficulty is there, if the other person is completely against, dead against, then nothing can be done. Guru Prem, you won't have that problem. I am answering the questioner. You won't have that problem. But if the person is completely opposite, then the problem is there. If that person is little sympathetic, you won't have a problem. Even little sympathetic towards, you won't have a problem. You will only share and inspire the other person and elevate. Why in the Hindu tradition and some other religions are women banned from temples praying, etc., when they are having their menstrual cycle? Oh God, this is a... Let me be very honest. I tried to consciously scan so much about this question. I am not able to find any justification. I'm not able to find any justification. Usually I always support the Vedic tradition, Hindu tradition. I'm not able to find any justification. So in all our temples, I am allowing. In all our temples, I am allowing. Women can come in all the days. They can come and pray. I'm not able to find any justification. Maybe when they created that idea, at that time, there might have been some reason. That is what I can tell. Now I don't find any justification or any reason. So in all our temples, I am allowing. As far as I am concerned, you can do meditation or puja or anything. I have no problem. But in many traditional temples, they don't allow. Maybe when the tradition was created, there would have been some reason. Are greed and desire interchangeable? I answered. I thought energy was supposed to travel up the spine and through the Sahasrara for enlightenment. I heard you say, when the energy turns down to Muladhara, we are awakened. Now I am confused about these points. When you heard that the energy should travel to the top to get enlightened, that idea presented was totally different. Now when I say energy has to turn towards the Muladhara to get enlightened, you can say this is awareness, that is energy. Two different expression, same word is used. Whether this or that, you will become enlightened. Only in between it doesn't happen. If you are hanging around like a Trishangu Surga, what's the definition of lust? Is it purely sexual, or how do you compare lust with someone? What is the question? Who put the question? No, it's a sexual only. When I use the word lust, I meant by sexual only. Do you mean sexual performance? That's what I meant, sexual performance. I did not mean anything else. Finally, what do you say? One should have lust or not, oh God? I am not saying you should not have or should have. What prarabdha you brought, leave it. If you have, enjoy it. But don't try to enrich it, especially from external sources. Do not add something externally. It will terribly damage your system. It's because, see, if your body would have been prepared for 100 activity, in that 40% engram is lust, 30% is some other activity, 20% is some other activity. If you increase the lust activity from 40 to 80 by the external boosters, your body will not be able to handle other activities. Then you start creating all kinds of, especially the diseases like cancer, or self-torturing, just shrinking, just destroying the body starts happening through this kind of external supports. So I am not saying you should not have or you should have. Just if you brought it, leave it, enjoy it. If you don't have, don't bother. But don't have comparison with somebody else's activity or performance or lifestyle. When you have a comparison with somebody else's activity or lifestyle or performance, the trouble starts. Your lust is purely your lust. It is such a personal, intimate thing. Why do you want to put that in the market with somebody else's lust? Why do you want to compare with somebody else's performance, somebody else's action? So, just enjoy. It is your own very property. It is your intimate experience. The problem is people don't have anymore any idea about intimacy or the sanctity associated to intimacy. It's no more sacred. It's only utility, a pleasure experience, or just a, what to say? All right, I don't want to use any more words. If I use, I'll use strong words. How to be liberated from lust? You don't have to bother so much about liberation to the lust. If the pure energy in the Muladhara is awakened, I am not saying you will be liberated from the lust, you will be above the lust. If you want, play the game. When you don't want, relax from it. You will be above it. So the liberation is some way condemning the lust energy. Just like how you condemn fear, you condemn lust. Because it is a kind of a dependency. And you don't want to, especially male have so much of ego. You don't want to be dependent. So understand, going beyond lust should happen for the right reason. Not just because your ego is hurting. It's dependency. For wrong reason, if you try to go beyond the lust, you will again and again have suffering in other planes, in other places. Understand, even if it is a right action, wrong reason, you will have a problem. I used to tell a small story. 3 mad people wanted to be released from the madhouse. They went to the doctor. Doctor said, come tomorrow morning, I'll have a test for you guys, then I'll decide. Next day morning they came, there was an empty swimming pool, no water. Doctor said, jump. First guy jumped and broke his leg. Doctor said, you can't go out, go. He said, told the second guy, jump. Second guy jumped, broke the hand. Said, you can't go out, go. You have to be here. Third guy, he called and said, jump. Third guy said, no, I won't jump. Then doctor said, you can go out, come on. He was settling all the paperwork. He was doing all the paperwork, about to be released. Doctor casually asked, why you did not jump? That guy said, you know, I don't know swimming. Understand? Right action, wrong reason. So, even for the wrong reason, you try to go beyond the lust, you will be in suffering. You will be creating a mess. So even don't entertain even the subtle hatred. Even subtle hatred against fear or lust, you will be caught in that. You will be just caught. It's like a Vali. Understand? In Ramayana, you heard the story of Ramayana. Vali is a monkey who has a boon. Anybody who stands in front of him for fight, half of their energy will come to him. Your lust and fear is like a Vali. If you stand directly in front of it for fight, half of your energy will go there. Then naturally, he is only going to win because he already has his energy and half of your energy, what will happen? So you are fighting a losing war. You are fighting losing war. So don't have even a subtle hatred. See, you hate because it is a dependency. That's where the problem starts. That's where the problem starts. So don't have hatred. It's like purifying the fear. Just like purifying the fear, purify the lust. Try to have a pure experience of pure greed without the object. Maybe these techniques will help you. That will leave you above, beyond lust. Is lust connected with aggression? I can say lust is nothing but an aggression. It is aggression. When it is not aggression anymore, it will become pure romance. Such a beautiful experience. Pure romance is like a flower. And lust is always an aggression. With pure romance, not even seeing is required. Not even seeing is required. Somebody complains about this Rasa Leela of Sri Krishna. He is a playboy. Krishna is having so many girlfriends. What is this? What is going on? He is worshipped as ideal. Understand, the whole thing, Rasa Leela, happened when Krishna was not even 10. By the time he is a 10, he has already gone to, he has left for Mathura. Please understand, the whole thing happened below the age of 10. Then understand, it's a pure friendliness. It was not lust. It was pure friendliness. The whole thing was a pure romance. It was never lust. There's a big difference between these two. The Bhagavatam beautifully describes. How many of you read Bhagavatam? You should read. If you find time, you should read in your language. I can say, I have read thousands of mythological scriptures, mythological literature, not only Hindu mythology, even the Jain mythology, Buddhist mythology, and some Christian literature, in Sufi literature. So many mythological literatures I have read, but nothing like Bhagavatam. It is just essence of pure romance, the pure energy. It is just nothing like Bhagavatam. Somebody asked me, my biographer asked me, Swamiji, how you want your biography to be presented? I told, if you can, read Bhagavatam and internalize. With that ecstasy, Right me. That is the way I wanted to be presented. The best way, if you want to understand the pure expression of a enlightened being landing on the planet Earth and playing, Bhagavatam should be read. Bhagavatam beautifully describes this whole scene. Somebody questions the Rishi, Bhagavatakara. He was questioned, who recites Bhagavatam, was questioned, what do you mean about saying that the connection between connection between Krishna and Gopikas are not lust, but the connection between the Sisubala and his, what do you call? Courtesans. What do you call her? Court dancers. Courtesans. Courtesans. It is a pure lust. What do you mean by that? Because Sisubala also had 16,000 courtesans and Krishna had 16,000 Gopikas. What do you mean by that? Then beautifully Bhagavatakara describes, see the relationship between the bridge between Krishna and Gopikas is a knowledge, pure knowledge that Krishna is ultimate. Nothing else. Love was the bridge. Knowledge was the bridge. Nothing else. There was no give and take. But with Sisubala and courtesans, it was money. It was security. The bridge was security and money, not the knowledge and bhakti. So what is the bridge between you and your wife? Find out. Then you will understand whether you are living like a Krishna and Krishna's Gopikas or like Sisubala or Sisubala's courtesans. No, that is the truth. Understand whether you are living like a Krishna. If only money and security is the bridge, then you are living like Sisubala. If the love and understanding, knowledge is the bridge, you are living like Krishna. This is the difference between pure romance and lust. See, it is a practical life. It's a practical life. And see how your life is. And it's such an amazing expression. I can say the best expression, the best biography written about an enlightened master is Bhagavatam. I have read so many biographies of enlightened masters, so many, but nothing compared to Bhagavatam. I don't know whether 5 or 10,000 years before they wrote. I don't know how 10,000 years before such a peak of consciousness was reached by human beings. See, unless you experience this kind of that subtle, pure romance and all, you can't describe it. Experiencing pure romance is the peak of human consciousness. That's the peak of human consciousness. I can say at least 5,000 years before, in India, people have experienced that peak. That's why I say this civilization is out of great visionaries. The civilization is born out of great visionaries. And try to read Bhagavatam, you may understand what's the meaning of that pure romance. The difference between lust and romance. You can say this simple scale, go and measure it. The bridge between you and your wife, is it just security and money? Or is it understanding and love? Whole problem is solved. What to do when these things are at their peak? Am I right? At their peak. Direct solution is, I'll work with you now. We will work on root chakra and make it pure energy. That's a direct solution. No other direct solution. Is the prarabdha of lust is different between husband and wife? Oh God, that is where the whole mess starts. That is where the whole mess starts. At least in the West, you have a freedom to change. In India, that is also not there. These fellows are caught. To tell you honestly, I don't have a practical answer for it. Really. I tried that some way, technically we can alter the energy and all those things. Even then, the willingness to change is also not there. That is where the problem starts. If both the person feel one person's prarabdha is more or less than the other person, they need to help each other. Then problem gets settled. Then they can be brought to meditation or some techniques and process, and it just completely gets healed. But even if that is not happening, it's a mess only. That's why I say in the modern day, marriage is the greatest calamity. No, really. That's the greatest chaos can happen to you. What to do? Nothing can be done. When does life begin? Before conception, at conception, or birth? During birth. When the umbilical cord, you see the prana connection between you and your mother, when that is disconnected, then the energy, when the soul enters into your being. Till then, you are surviving through the mother's prana. Your heart may be beating, everything may be functioning, but the individual soul has not entered into it. Individual soul enters only during the birth. When the umbilical cord starts moving, the movement of the umbilical cord starts happening. That is the moment individual soul enters. Then you may ask how Prahlada, how Abhimanyu. Tomorrow you ask this question, I'll answer. Tomorrow we'll be working on death. That time I'll answer. Who put this quote? Manisha? Oh God. Just now I saw you making my eyes small. I saw blue sky around behind you and saw 4 different faces, like 4 different images. What is that? When you look through the eyes, you will see different experiences. Not only that, you will see an empty person, an emptiness talking to you. That emptiness is the fullness.
Welcome you all. A small story. One man woke up from his bed early morning. As soon as he woke up, he saw his eyes have bulged, ears have protruded, heavy pain in the neck. Eyes have bulged, ears have protruded, heavy pain in the neck. Immediately he rushed to the doctor who diagnosed, checked him thoroughly, and gave him some prescription and a warning. He said, it is a very serious problem. You should take these medicines for 6 months without even 1 day gap. The side effect of this will be you will lose all your hair. The man religiously, without even missing 1 day, took all the medicines. The side effect, losing all the hair happened, but not the main effect. The problem continued. He went to the next doctor. Next doctor tried his best. He told, I think there is some serious problem in your left arm. It has to be amputated. What connection is there between the eyes and the ears or left arm? Only God knows. It has to be amputated. The suffering is so much, the man could not say anything except yes. He allowed his hand is amputated. surgery. 3 months he was all right. After 3 months, again the problem started. Problem continued. Then he went to the third doctor, who declared we couldn't diagnose the problem, we couldn't find the reason for it. Hope you may be alive only 1 more month. The same situation continues, you will be alive only 1 more month. When he came to know that he will be alive only 1 more month, he was totally depressed. But after 2-3 days, he recovered and decided to live his life. Wherever it is possible, whatever way it is possible, he started taking all types of loans. And he decided he is going to live only 1 more month. The first choice. He took all types of loans, got new bungalow, got new cars, furniture, went to a tailor shop to have a new suit for himself. When the tailor was taking measurements, he said, make a 15-inch collar, high. Tailor said, no, for your size it has to be 18-inch. Man argued, no, what do you know? Last 6 months I am getting only 15-inch. That feels good. Tailor said, do you know, instead of 18, if you wear 15, what will happen? Man asked, what will happen? Your eyes will bulge, ears will go. Nothing else. Your whole life, whatever solution you are trying to find from the outer world, it is just like this story. If you have missed the story, don't worry. Don't miss the laughter. I think she was encouraging. Even if you miss the story, don't miss the laughter. 1 more story just dedicated to you. In India, Sardarji jokes are very popular. Any Sardarji? Oh. Maybe you don't mind. That's nice. There is a competition. 100 jokes will be told. If you don't laugh, you will have $1 million prize. One man got into the stage, people have started cracking jokes. 50 somehow he could manage, but not more than that. He has to laugh. Next man could manage 70. Third, our hero got into the stage. He could manage 90. 95, yes. Smile, not even a laugh. Yeah. Beam of smile entered his face. His wife was sitting just in front of him. Started shouting, hey, keep quiet, $1 million. At least for the next 2 minutes, keep quiet. Only 2 minutes. Don't miss the $1 million. But somehow, by 98 joke, nothing could be done. He laughed. He laughed uproariously. And he came down. Wife inquired, what has happened? You waited patiently so long, you controlled yourself so long. What's happened last? Only 2 minutes you could have managed. Why did you miss? He replied, no. Now only I understood the first joke. Even if you miss some jokes, don't miss the laughter. Don't laugh separately. Don't laugh separately after some half an hour. Let us go to the first story. Our life is nothing but the first story. The problem is just here, 2 inch, 2, 3 inch. But you go around searching for solutions. You search exactly where the solution cannot be found. You search everywhere except yourself. If you just look into yourself for a second, for a moment, only the 2 inch of relaxation, nothing else, just that 2 inch of relaxation, the whole problem would have been solved. That would be not only solved, dissolved. Instead of that, you go on asking for solution from all possible astrologers, all possible temples, all possible masters, all possible palm readers, or whatever way it is possible. You try to find solutions. Go on searching for solutions in so many places, so many ways. But except looking into yourself. You just look into yourself for a moment. But I don't say to enter into your being totally, just for a moment. Then you will see so many things get transformed by itself. These 2 days, you are not going to do anything else except looking into yourself. You are given place, no, space to look into yourself. Just to look, just to see, just to turn inwards. You are given chance, time, and space to look into your system, into your being. So here, I wanted to give you a few tips to use these 2 days maximum. Few points to be remembered to have the maximum benefit, to have best out of this 2 days program. The program is called Ananda Spurana. The meaning of the word is bliss flowering. In the Spurana word, exactly there's no translation. It can be translated as a fountain. Like a fountain, bliss or the energy is continuously bubbling in you, flowing in you, happening in you. Only thing, you hide it. You don't let it happen to you. Now, for these 2 days, you are asked, you are requested to take away your hands. Allow that joy to happen. Allow that bliss to happen. Just to have a taste of the ananda, taste of the bliss. The program is designed to have a taste of your inner being, taste of your inner bliss. You can attend this program in 3 ways. One is just intellectually. If you just take this class as an intellectual class, you will learn a lot. You will learn a lot. Intellectually means just sitting with your head, nothing else. Just your head will be concentrated. If you want to take the intellectual knowledge, just the head is enough. Nothing else is necessary. You don't need anything else. If you are alert without sleeping in the class, that's enough. Nothing much is necessary. If you feel like sleeping, the last row is reserved for you. You can go there, sit and sleep. Please don't sleep inside the class. Not for your sake, at least for my sake. Why I say my sake? A small story. Once, a taxi driver from Chennai, anybody who are living in Chennai, who live in Chennai? Then you will understand. Taxi driver in Chennai, they lead you directly to hell. Straight way to hell. They don't take you by shortcut. They don't take you by the long route. Direct way to hell. If you are expectant mother, never sit in Chennai. And roads are also specially designed. Roads are also specially designed. The drivers are specially trained. Anyhow, one day morning, one taxi driver from Chennai and one great religious preacher, both of them died, directly went to the court of Yamadharma. All of you understand Yamadharma means he is the man who gives judgment. For people from West, I am telling he is like a Saint Peter who gives the judgment. Now I have a problem. I have to use both cultural words, but I try to manage. Whenever you don't understand any technical terms, you are free to ask immediately. You don't have to feel shy. Immediately just raise your hand. Then I will understand your question and answer. So you can feel free to question anything or to ask anything. Don't feel shy. Or don't feel reluctant. How can I ask? How can I question? Because if you don't understand, you will misunderstand. So one more big problem is you will go and tell outside that this is what I heard. Both of them, the great religious preacher and the taxi driver, both of them reached the Yama's court for judgment. First, the taxi driver pushed himself into the cabin. Yama inquired, "What is your name?" He said, "My name is so and so. My name is so and so. What are you doing?" I was driving taxi in Chennai. So he took out the list of merit and sins. Finally, he gave the judgment, "All right, let you have silken robe, golden staff, first class AC seat in the Swarga, in the heaven." He sent. Next came this great religious preacher. He was asked, "What's your name?" "My name is so and so." "What were you doing?" "I was preaching God's word around the world. All over the world, I used to go around and preach Lord's name, preach the divine message." The list of the merit and sins is taken out and read. Yama gave the judgment. "Let you have cotton robe, and wooden staff, and third class room." The preacher got terribly annoyed. Started shouting, "I'll sue you." Maybe must have too much visited America. "I'll sue you. What, for a driver, taxi driver, you are giving first class treatment and for me third class? I preach the divine message around the world. So many thousands of satsangs I conducted. So many thousands of good things I have done. Everywhere speaking about divine message, divine glory. How can you give me third class? For him first class." The Yama said, "Here up, we don't bother what you do. We bother only the results." When he was praying, people are praying for their lives. When he was preaching, people are sleeping. When he was preaching, people are sleeping. When he was driving, people are praying for their lives. So we don't bother what you do, we bother what is the result. So may not be for your sake, at least for my sake, don't sleep. Otherwise, can I go there? Just staff on third class room. At least for my sake, don't sleep. Feel like sleeping, sit in the last floor so that I will have argument. No, if they have not slept in my class. They are sleeping only outside the room, outside the class. I can save my face. If you just little bit of attention, that's enough. The class will be useful to you as an intellectual class. You may learn a little bit of knowledge. But by that, you are having only the 33% of the benefit. Not more than that. No, more than that. If you attend only as an intellectual class, when you go, you will tell, this Swami is a very great orator. How nicely he speaks. Only that much. That is not going to help you. That's not going to give you the total result. Next thing, you can attend with a little bit of heart, emotion. You may be searching for some meditation. You may be thinking, you might have heard of meditation somewhere in some book. And that is now, in modern day, that is the best-selling ideology. So somewhere you must have read. So you are thinking, I should go for some meditation. Some of you heard about me, you are coming. If you attend it with a little bit of emotion, a little bit of thinking of meditation, a little bit of heart, you may have the second layer. You may feel a little refreshed. You may feel relaxed. You may feel joyful. But even that is not enough. When you feel a little bit joyful, you will go and tell, wow, we had a beautiful weekend this time. It was really a nice weekend. But even that is not enough. Only when you attend with your whole being, only when you put your whole effort, then you will see something new happens in your being. Only then you will really have all the 100% benefit. If you sit only with your head, you will have only 33%. If you sit with your heart, a little bit of involvement, you will feel only 66. Only when you put your whole being 100%, you will see the total result. You will attend, you will take this as a spiritual program. The whole being can be touched. A real result can happen. Water becomes steam only at the 100th degree, never at 99.9. If you put 99.9 also, it is simply useless. Put your whole, whatever efforts you have, put the whole thing and do the meditations. Put the whole thing and do the meditations. Whatever effort you have, whatever energy you have, whatever mind you have, of course you cannot get others' mind. You cannot catch others' energy. But whatever you have, put the whole effort and do it. Put the whole effort and do it. One man fell sick. Asked a colleague to suggest a good doctor. The colleague suggested, here is Dr. Phil, very good doctor. Go to him. He will surely cure you, but it will be costly. He takes $500 for his first visit. For next visit, $100. But surely he will cure you. The man wants to go to the same doctor, but wants to save a little bit money also. So he planned, went to the doctor, entered his cabin, told doctor, I have come back. He acted as if He is coming for a second time. Not even for a moment that was duped or fooled. He quickly checked it, and after a few minutes, he declared, "Oh, continue the same medication which I gave last time. Continue the same medicine which I gave last time." See, when you try to say, you get only that much of result. You get only that much of benefit. Not more than that. So only when you put your whole thing, you get the total benefit. So put your whole effort. Whenever the meditations are practiced, don't reserve your being and don't reserve your being or the head or anything. Understand the instructions and put your being total. Put your whole effort. Otherwise, you will see. You will be having only the intellectual knowledge. Of course, it's not about having. It is, but it is not total. It is not total. Just to have intellectual knowledge, you don't have to come here, sit in front of a computer, or sit in front of some professor. They will speak, they will tell you in a much better way. They will at least tell you in your English. I am speaking in my own English. Sorry about it, but I know only this much of language. There are many people who are much better orators than me. There are so many ways to get the knowledge. Just sit in front of computer. Nowadays, there is no need even for any professor or anything. Just sit in front of internet. You get all the information, but it will be only intellectual. If you attend this class also, only with your head, only with your attention, it will be nothing more than intellectual. If you attend with a little heart, little love, sympathy for me, oh, he seems to sound logical. He seems to be a little honest. Let me see what he says. That much of sympathy. With that, if you sit, of course, you will take some one meditation. You will have the taste of one meditation. You will feel a little relaxed. You will feel a little joyful. But only when you put your whole being, you really feel the bliss. You really feel the transformation. You really feel that something new has happened. Only then you feel some new experience it is. Here I am not teaching only by words. I am teaching more by energy and the methods, more by the techniques. So please don't miss even one technique or one session. Don't miss even one technique or one session. Put your whole effort. Both of them try to possess you. Then the problem starts. Your mind will never let the meditation to happen to you. It will try all its best to disturb you, to distract you. Don't bother about it. Put your effort. Don't bother about the mind. When you are asked to practice some techniques, there are many techniques which are going to be practiced. Either deep breathing or humming. There are many techniques going to be. When you do the deep breathing and after 1 or 2 minutes, you will feel, I feel I may faint. I think I'm not feeling well. Last 2-3 days I had a slow fever. I think I'm having a back pain. Let me rest for this meditation. Let me do the next meditation. Mind will give all its reasons. Please don't listen to the mind. Even if you faint, don't bother. Volunteers will take care of it. Sprinkle water, make you again meditate. Don't think by fainting you can escape. No. Again you will be made to meditate. Yeah. Small incident which happened in the Zen monastery. A man came and asked the master, Master, I want meditation. I want Zen. Master told, meditate silently for 3 months. He was meditating. Nothing happened. Again he went and asked, meditate silently for 3 months. Nothing happened. Same way it continued for 5 times. 6th time the disciple told, it's enough, I am leaving the ashram. Master told, no, wait, only for 1 week. Then also nothing happened. This time Master told, tell yourself, in 3 days you are going to become enlightened or you will kill yourself. Disciple told, all right, that's the right thing. Because what is the use in living? I have no other way. He decided and sat. Either I become enlightened and get up or I die. The moment when he sat, he became enlightened. It's nothing. The meditation or the spirituality is nothing. It is just your conscious decision. A clear conscious decision. I will let your arch become urgent. Let your whole being be used. If you have back pain, don't bother, don't tell. You will see the back pain disappears. Because around the world, thousands and thousands of people have practiced these meditation techniques. I have always seen. If you ask the people who attended, then you will be able to understand. You will be able to listen their experiences. Not 1 or 2. Here the Swarna was telling me, she had 15 years of back pain. It has simply disappeared. It's not there. How many months over? She's not here. I think more than 2-3 months. 2-3 months, no? Last time when you attended? 5 months over. September you came attended. You all came attended. September you attended. Already 5 months over. She says back pain is disappeared. Not the one case. There are thousands and thousands. Why it says the techniques are foolproof. Don't bother about it. Put your whole effort. Don't intellectually analyze. See, discourses you analyze anything. Intellectually you can understand. Techniques you cannot understand. They are something more deeper. They are something to do with your being. Intellectually, you cannot analyze. Intellectually, it's difficult to understand. So, put your whole effort, then you will see the result happening in your system. Your system is just, your being is flowering. Don't have any reservations to practice the meditation, to participate in anything. Whenever any session is brought up, any program is brought up, put your whole effort, put your whole being. In the Zen, they say, the enthusiasm, initial level, you have always enthusiasm. They say a beautiful word, honeymoon. It's from Zen. The word honeymoon is from Zen. I always tell people, it's only honeymoon, never honey sun. Why? How long a moon will stay? How long a moon will stay? 16 days. In 16 days, it will disappear. Only 16 days is the life of the moon. 16 days is the time of the moon. Of course, for us, 16 days is the time. The emotion also will stay only for 16 days. That is why it is honeymoon, never the honey sun. They say the moon of the enthusiasm of the honeymoon, the initial enthusiasm. Anything when you start, you have a tremendous enthusiasm. Kids, when they go to the school, initially they will have a tremendous enthusiasm. Do everything with that enthusiasm. With that. enter with that excitement. Do everything, try everything with that excitement, with that sincerity, with that effort. 2, 3 more things. A small story from Zen. Once a king went to see the Zen master. He sent his visiting card through a disciple to the master. The card says the name of the king and below Governor of Japan. When the card was taken to the master, I have no business with such a fellow. Send him back. The master sent the card. When the card was brought back to the king, he realized his mistake, took a pencil, erased the word Governor of Japan, sent the same card with only his name. When the card was taken to the master, he, oh, he said, this man, bring him here, I'm waiting to see him. When the card was sent, his name and the title, Governor of Japan, master was not ready to see him. When the card was sent only with his name, master says, bring him, I'm here to see him. So when you carry your title, you can't have Zen, you can't have meditation. Wherever we go, we carry a visiting card. Never think visiting card is this size. Visiting card is holding size, actually. We are carrying it on our head. That is why wherever we go, we get the blows. You continuously carry your titles on your head. Just for these 2 days, please keep your titles where you leave your shoes. Keep your titles where you keep your shoes. Keep your mind, keep your worries, keep your titles where you keep your shoes. I can be sure they will be there. When you go back, pick it up. Your shoes may be lost, but never your titles. Because your shoes will be useful for somebody else, but never your titles. Never your mind. Your shoes may be useful for somebody, but your mind will be useful for nobody. So don't bother. Leave them where you leave your shoes.
We'll start the next Muladhara Chakra, the root center. This is the energy of pure greed. I can say pure expression. This is the chakra from which the opening starts happening. See, when you wake up from the dream, when the energy gets centered in Muladhara Chakra. Whenever the energy gets centered in Muladhara Chakra, you wake up. If all your energy gets centered, see, 1 or 2 thoughts, if it turns and touches the Muladhara, you wake up from ordinary dream. Your whole awareness, if it turns and touches the Muladhara, you wake up from this dream. You can see that is why whenever you have a very fantasy dream, you will wake up. You think, oh God, such a wonderful dream. Any fantasy dream, you will just wake up. Because the energy has turned and touched the Muladhara Chakra. Same way, you can see in your life, whenever you feel, oh God, this is an ecstasy, too much, something amazing. Those moments, you will see, you will have a clarity, it is not going to be permanent. It is not that only that moment, you are realizing for those few moments, everything is dream. How many of you in the peak ecstasy is felt? that this is not going to last long. Understand? This is the truth. Whenever your awareness, your energy turns and touches the Mooladhara, you will have the experience, whatever you are in is a dream. Whatever you are in is a dream. Master is the ultimate fantasy. All your fantasy, the fulfillment of all your fantasy is a master. Or he is the ultimate nightmare. I can describe in both ways. Whether as a nightmare or as a fantasy, he will wake you up. If you feel I am a fantasy, the path for you is a devotion. Through devotion, you will be liberated. If you feel I am a nightmare, the path for you is a vairagya. Vairagya is the path. Vairagya means the non-attachment. Through that you will be liberated. This is the way you can choose whether to follow the path of devotion or to follow the path of the renunciation. You can choose. Understand, whether it is a deep greed or a deep fear, you will have the clarity that this is not true. You will be awakened. There is an automatic awakening system in you. Just like if the pain is too much, automatically you will fall into coma. You don't have to do anything. If the pain is unbearable, you will just fall into coma. The automatic system is there. Same way, if the suffering or if the conflict with you and what you have created, if it is too much, you will be awakened. This is the science of awakening. Whenever the conflict between you and what you have created is too much, you will be awakened. Whether it is through fantasy or through fear. Whether it is through greed or through fear. The night, you can see in the dream, whether it is fantasy dream or a nightmare, you will wake up. When the conflict is too much, when the give and take is too much with you and what you expressed. The nighttime dream is what is you have expressed. Whenever the conflict is too much, you will wake up. Same way, even in this world, whenever you think it is too much of ecstasy, it is too much, unimaginable, if the pure greed energy is expressing, suddenly you will have a glimpse, oh God, it's not going to stand. It's not going to last long. Not only that experience or that situation or that moment, you will see the whole thing with which you are having that fantasy feeling, the fantastic feeling is not going to stand. It's like a spider. How the spider expresses its own web from itself. It expresses its own web. Same way, this is the web created by you. It is from your very mind stuff. This web is created. When you have too much of fear or too much of greed, you break it. When you can't handle the conflict, when you can't handle the play anymore. See, you did this whole thing playfully. You ask, what is this, Swamiji? What are you talking? I'm telling you the truth. How playfully you create a dream and enter into it. With that same playful mood only, you create this web, the cosmos, and relax into it. When it is too much, you are not able to handle this play anymore, you wake up. When we experience pure greed, you can wake up. See, in the last session, I tried to give you the glimpse of pure energy, pure fear. The pure fear. Same way, this session, this technique will give you the glimpse of pure greed by awakening the Mooladhara Chakra. A different technique. This will give you the glimpse of pure greed. When the pure greed happens also, your consciousness level will raise. And you will start seeing it's all just layer. Please understand, again I am going back to the first chakra, Agnya Chakra. Seeing through the eyes. When the energy is more centered on the scene will overrule you. It will command you. When the energy is more on the seer can change the scene. When the energy is more on the object of the greed, that will disturb your life. When the energy is more on the pure greed energy, pure greed, you will wake up. You will not be touched anymore by it. So now all we need to do is enter into the process of awakening the pure greed, means Muladhara Chakra. Pure energy, lust energy of Muladhara Chakra. I wanted to make one more statement. There is a question from Guru Prem. Yesterday I was just going through these questions. He says, yes, if the Vairagya is deep boredom, is Viagra the excitement? I want you to know, I just wanted to pass an idea. Actually, this is directly related to this Muladhara Chakra. You have certain amount of biomemory in you. Biomemory of lust or fear or greed with which you made your body. See, when you make your body, 30% lust, 40% fear, and 20% worry. Something like this, you accumulate, you make the karmas, and out of that, you make the body. So if your body is prepared with a particular amount of lust, that is your biomemory, prarabdha. We call it prarabdha. In English, I want to use the word biomemory. With that particular amount of lust, if you have made your body, that is your lust. How much your body expresses, acts for that biomemory is your lust. But through pornography or through some way, if you start comparing with somebody else's lust with you, you will always have a problem. I am not up to that mark, or I am little more than that. When you start comparing, you have corrupted the lust. And please understand, any medicine or external help you add to improve your lust action is going to dangerously disturb your consciousness. It is going to dangerously disturb your consciousness. Means you are adding agamya. Instead of relaxing or releasing your prarabdha, you see, you come down, you have 40% of
Yes, Nitya, all of you. So, with this question answer session on the Muladhara Chakra, we'll be now closing the day of the Paramashivoham program. It's time. So, let's bring our hands. Namaskar, Mudra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Nithyanandam.
In the heart of St. Kitts and Nevis, where